Welcome into another solo game breakdown of Getting Technical brought to you by Better and Green. Wyatt, the day is here. Michigan State, top 10 showdown at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. Third ranked Michigan, seventh ranked Michigan State. Michigan State opened right where I kind of expected them to be, a 1.5 point home underdog, over under 145 and a half. Lots to talk about here from both sides in this game, which we will get to in just a minute. Before we do, just want to quick ask, guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, consider doing so. If you do like this content, throw us a like, and then let us know in the comments as well. Which side are you on here? Huge matchup, basically a pick 'em price. You on the Spartans with me? You're going to be on Michigan's Wolverines. I don't know where he's going to be at. But let us know in the comments which side you are backing, Michigan or Michigan State. Wyatt, going to throw it over to you. How you feeling about your Wolverines coming into this game, and how's your college basketball season just kind of overall?
Yeah, not feeling great about this game. I'm excited. We're at that point in the college basketball season where we're getting these really big matchups. We're approaching March. We're almost into February here, so we have a lot more big games and ways to make money. So a lot of good basketball to watch, and I'm excited to dive a little bit more in. I've been slow to get into it, but yeah, I am very nervous about this game. I hate the line. I hate kind of how Michigan's been playing. I'm terrified of Michigan State's defense, but it should be a dogfight, and I'm excited to break this one down.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming into this game, Michigan and Michigan State both off of a scare. Although a little bit better for Michigan, they were off a scare to undefeated Nebraska at the time. Michigan State really struggled with Rutgers, although it was on the road. So interested to see how these two teams match up here on Friday night. But I'm going to throw it over to you first for your prediction and breakdown on this game. Which side are you looking at, or are you looking at a total here? Michigan State. Again, Michigan State plus 1.5, over under 145 and a half. How are you breaking down this game?
Yeah, I'm ignoring the sharps. I'm ignoring the money. I'm just going to trust my absolute gut here. And the true fact is, Michigan State has the number one defense, according to Ken Palm. They are the most physical team Michigan will be playing all year. They might not have the size, but they definitely have the ability to box out Michigan, which is what Nebraska definitely struggled with in that Michigan win. So I just I'm going to trust that it's at the Breslin. Michigan State's the most physical team. They're going to be absolutely hyped to knock off a lower ranked Michigan as an underdog. Like, this is just such a good spot for Michigan State. And like I said, I know my team. Michigan loves to turn the ball over. They absolutely love to turn the ball over. They will turn it over 15 to 20 times this game minimum. And if they do that, I think Michigan State is going to they might not be able to score that much, but they're going to stop Michigan and keep this game entertaining. So I don't think Michigan has the offensive capability or not turning the ball over, and that's going to kill them. The only problem is Michigan State's offense is not fantastic. So if Michigan State wins this game or covers this game, it's going to be a 64-67 type of game. It's not going to be an 85-80 game. If it gets in that high scoring, I think the edge definitely goes to Michigan, but the turnover problem is a huge part here. And I just don't think Michigan has it in them to not turn the freaking ball over. So I'll be yelling at my TV, probably pissed off, but this is just a bad spot for Michigan. I love Michigan State as a home underdog against Big Brother here. It's just a great way to remind Michigan that Michigan State is probably still the best basketball school in the state. And that's saying a lot for me as a Michigan fan. I absolutely hate Michigan State, despise everything about them. Can't stand Tom Izzo, but it's just this is Michigan State all day. Now, when it's back at the Chrysler after Michigan lost, I think it's a hammer Michigan spot, but we all know this series is probably going to be ending in a split 1-1. And I'm just going to take the home team as an underdog that's more aggressive, I think more sound, better coached. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the Spartans here to cover the 1.5.
Yeah, I agree with you that this series probably goes 1-1 this season, and last game of the regular season will be at the Chrysler Center, Michigan State. So looking forward to both matchups here. Yeah, I'm with you. I like Michigan State at home. And kind of like I mentioned, both teams had a scare on, I believe it was Tuesday night. I was watching both games right next to each other. Those were, I had player props for Michigan State. I had Michigan against the spread, carbon copies of each other. I was pissed off at both. I was like, okay, clearly both teams are looking forward to Friday night. Well, maybe not as much Michigan, but I think they were a little bit more than I expected. Michigan State definitely was, and yeah, it was two frustrating games when I had money on both sides. I ended up getting there with the Michigan State prop in overtime, um, out of the blue, but yeah, it was just very unimpressed with both teams that night. But like I said, it was kind of a tough spot for both of them. But yeah, the spot here for Michigan is very tough. They had to fight and claw their way back against Nebraska, the undefeated team in the Big Ten, fifth ranked team in the country, and end up getting that win very late. Took a late lead, and then Nebraska missed their final shot there at the buzzer to tie it up. So Michigan gets the win. They hand Nebraska their first loss. Has to feel good. Now they come to the Breslin Center Friday night. You know the crowd's going to be rocking. Um, and it's just the thing that helps out Michigan State in basketball, in my opinion, is it's a little bit bought versus built here, where Michigan State's players, Kohler's been around to play Michigan a handful of times. Cooper's been there. Jeremy Fears, Cohen Carr. Um, Most of these players, Kurt Hang, has been around to play Michigan and really have that true rivalry and hatred towards Michigan, whereas the kids at Michigan don't. They just don't have that built-in, homegrown hatred for Michigan State. Also, a lot of them haven't played. This will be the toughest place that they've probably ever played in their lives. Yaxel, coming over from is it
UAB.
US UAB? Um, he's playing some good Big Ten environments this season, but it's not going to be anything like Michigan State on a Friday night. Morris Johnson, he did play in Michigan State last year, but it's going to be a little bit different now playing for Michigan. Mara hasn't played at the Breslin Center yet, even though he was Big Ten before transferring over. And Roddy Gale's, I guess, familiar with it, but most of these guys just don't have that really big venue experience that I think they're gonna have in this game, and just don't really have quite as much of the hatred there towards Michigan State that I think Michigan State does. I think State actually matches up pretty well. If Michigan tries to attack on the 3-point line, they're a very good perimeter defense. I think down low, they'd be able to get their buckets, but I do think Cooper and Kohler both down low, and Cohen Carr can give them some troubles. And yeah, I just think being at home Friday night, it's a great spot for State. Not a good spot for Michigan here. So I like getting the 1.5 points. I think Michigan State wins. Again, when we talk about this game, last game of the season, very good chance that I'm the one that flips and likes Michigan in that one, but really tough spot for Michigan here, especially off that win against Nebraska. Thank God they won, because I did not want to piss off Michigan coming in off a loss. But yeah, glad Michigan won that game. Wish they would have covered. I do think Michigan State gets the outright win on Friday.
I hope we're both wrong, but like I said, I feel pretty confident in the Michigan State. I will add one more thing about that Michigan-Nebraska team. Nebraska was without probably their best player, not their best point scorer, but Mast was out in that game. Their big center or power forward with the flu. Michigan still struggled in that game. And also, I love Dusty May, but I don't understand the game planning on some of these teams. The only way you beat Nebraska is to not let them shoot free, uncontested threes, and that's just what Michigan let them do. Just very frustrating. So, I obviously Michigan State doesn't have that 3-point shooting capability, but there's ways you can beat State and ways that you don't want State to play. And I just don't trust Dusty to teach his guys what to do in that game. So I just think it's a bad matchup. And yeah, by far Michigan's toughest game of the year, most physical team they played all year. I don't trust them to keep care of the ball. So yeah, unfortunately, it's got to be Michigan State. Honestly, I might 2-3 unit it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, for you, it's a good emotional hedge, if nothing else. But yeah, you touched on it too. I do think, oh, obviously the coaching edge to Michigan State. Yeah, I think Dusty is a good coach, but he's definitely not Tom Izzo as far as in-game adjustments and things of that nature. So, got to cherish Izzo while he's here. Obviously, a huge key piece to that team. So, looking forward to it. Before we get out of here, do you have any thought on? Well, you kind of mentioned if you like State, you think it's going to go under. Do you have any thought on any player props for mainly the Michigan side?
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I will be in Michigan for this game, so I'll have the ability to bet some player props. But I don't know. These guys are so hard. Each player on Michigan's averaging like double digits, so it really depends. Is Yaxo going to go off for 20 or is he going to go off for 4? So I kind of have to see what Michigan State allows. That's kind of been my player prop strategy is go look at the team they're playing who they allowed the most points to. I haven't really looked at state. I don't know if they're allowing a bunch of threes. I don't know if they're allowing the big men to score some points. So either way, I'll probably be taking some sort of Michigan player prop or points over, whether that's Yaxel, Johnson, Cadeau. One of those I'll probably be taking the over. I'll let you guys know over on our site, bettergreen.com. I'll definitely post some player props for Michigan on that game.
Yeah, I'll quick touch on a few. And again, none of these props are out right now at time of recording, so tough to know. But I keep going back to Jackson Kohler. Took his points over against Rutgers. He finished regulation with 7. I needed 12. Luckily, he got 5 in overtime. So I was very lucky to cash that. But I think Jackson Kohler, it's probably going to be set at 10.5, 11.5. I do think he gets his points even inside against Mara and Yaxel and some of the Johnson, some of the other big guys there. Jackson can also shoot the 3, which he's really struggled with lately. But that will come back around, and I expect it sooner rather than later. You'll probably get a really nice price on his 3-pointers over 1.5. I think it opened like plus 155 the other day. He didn't hit it, but he shot 6 times. I think he hit 1 out of 6. So maybe back home on his home rims. If you can get a plus 150 on Kohler over 1.5 threes, don't hate that. Fears takes over games, has been taking over games. So his points total, it's probably going to be inflated, but tough to look at the under there. And then I would probably look at Cohen Carr under his points total. Just don't know that he matches up too well here. He's not going to have the free look at the rim as often as he does against other teams. He has been hitting threes pretty consistently, but he doesn't attempt many. So he might have 1 3-pointer in this game. He's not much of a mid-range shooter. He's going to struggle getting to the cup. So I think Cohen Carr under points might be the best look, but going to have to see where that number comes out too. But Wyatt, I think that's a pretty good full game breakdown there. Michigan State. Yeah. Anything else before we get out?
I got one more prop if you can find it. You might need a bookie for it, but floor taps by Michigan State defenders is I think it's at 5.5. I'll take the over on that. God, that pisses me off when they freaking do that. They think they're so little cool because they go slap the floor. They're gonna do it probably. I don't know. It's going to be in the 20s. Also, Cohen Carr alley-oop dunks. So stadium goes electric. Probably set up 4.5. I'll take the over on that one. But
how about Michigan defenders standing on the logo?
Oh, here we go. Because you want to kiss the floor, you little whatever.
Not senior night. We'll avoid that one.
Yeah,
but yeah. We'll see what happens in Michigan on what I would assume is their senior night. But all right, guys, that will wrap it for the solo game breakdown. Obviously, we could probably go all day talking Michigan State hoops, but let us know in the comments, guys, which side you are on. Obviously, we're both on Michigan State for the game, but Wyatt, being the Michigan fan, are you siding with his team, or are you going to side with our opinion and my team, Michigan State? Let us know in the comments. Again, subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed the content. Go green, and until next time, we will see you for another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green.
Welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? Listen in and cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better and Green.